Hi, our guests today are here to talk about Celebrate Milford, a day of activities that's going to take place on Saturday, May 14th in Milford Town Park. With us are Joe Soares, Siobhan Bohnson, Paul Pellegrini, and Ray Auger. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Joe, what can you tell us about Celebrate Milford?
Well, Celebrate Milford was a kind of a concept that started about a year or so ago, probably a year and a half ago now. Just me getting together with a couple of guys, Mike Shane and Peter Scandoni, and we were kind of brainstorming, talking to each other, saying, you know, it'd be great if Milford had another type of an event in town. You know, we have the Portuguese picnic,
Right.
We have the Santa Parade, we have the 4th of July fireworks. We wanted we thought about it would be great if the town had something else, and so the idea started to form back then, and then we slowly got more and more people involved into our committee, people that were excited about the idea, and it kind of snowballed from there.
Right, I know Siobhan's representing the chamber.
Yep, we approached Siobhan, and
Paul, I assume you're representing the athletic community?
Yes, and the
And Ray, definitely with the music community?
absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, so what happened then?
Well, we got to the point where, you know, in order to really move forward and make this thing happen, we needed to get the right people on the committee. So hence you talked about we needed someone from the Parks Department, we needed somebody from WMRC, we needed help advertising this, we needed some key committee members.
Right.
And last but not least, we needed the help of the chamber. You know, so we actually approached Siobhan and asked
Well, they
her.
applied for the permits.
Yeah, exactly,
Absolutely.
exactly. So we approached Siobhan and asked her if she would want to participate and get involved in this type of event for the town, and she happily agreed. And you know, it's been obviously a lot of planning involved, but we've had an excellent committee. I can't say enough about the people on the committee.
I should also point out, though, you've involved the Historical Society from Memorial Hall, the Youth Commission and the Youth Center, because it's the same day you're having the Symphony Orchestra at the Memorial Hall, you're having the grand opening of the renovated Youth Center, you're having the 30th anniversary of the library,
Yeah.
so it's sort of a nexus of events in the downtown area.
Right. And honestly, that kind of happened by luck in a way. I mean, I had no idea about the library celebrating their 30th anniversary. I didn't, and the youth center thing, that just happened to be a timing thing. You know, they have been
Right.
opening around the same time.
And I
so-
understand from Sidney DeJesus, they're going to have their annual fashion show that very night, too.
Oh, wow.
Right.
To help.
So a lot of stuff is happening that
Yeah.
all in one day.
Paul, what's going on from the athletic standpoint? I understand there's a lot of
Yeah,
different
so
things.
kind of what we wanted to do is involve the youth groups. Myself, Joe Marias, and Tony Shirelli, we've kind of headed up our own little group of just kind of recruiting just different organizations in town. So we have a parade that we're going to have.
There's a youth parade, I understand.
Yeah, so most of it's going to be made up with youth groups and a lot of different groups like the Scouts and things like that. So, but we thought it'd be a good idea to get our youth sports involved. So they'll be participating in the parade, whether it's softball, football, baseball, cheerleaders, all the youth programs. But we're also we've got involved with the high school too. We're going to have the National Honor Society. We're going to have all the captains from all the sports involved. So it's kind of a wide range of things. My baseball team, they kind of know it, but we're going to be the cleanup crew. So we're involved in different ways.
But you have things like, is there basically tryouts or practices?
Yeah, so the football program is going to put together like a punt, pass, and kick program.
Right.
Wally Steve is going to have something for the basketball, like shooting contest and things like that. So
Okay.
We're really looking forward to it. Like Joe said, it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's going to be fun for everybody. It really
Okay.
is.
Well, there are going to be a lot of booths there, too. A lot of people are going to be there. I know we're going to be there. The town fair is going to have Tim Snow there doing caricatures.
So Siobhan, how many businesses are participating?
Right now, we, as of yesterday, we had 42 vendors.
Wow.
So this is really supposed to incorporate the entire town. If you're at home and you crochet, you can purchase a table for $50. We are gonna have a kids zone. You're gonna be able to buy a bracelet, the kids can go in there and really have some fun.
The blow-up bounce houses type
Yes,
things?
those, yep, face
But they will be
painting.
tied down.
Yes, they will be tied
I
down.
think they're too big, they're actually too big to fly away.
You know, we're gonna have everything for every age group, and I think it's great because
Motorcycle show?
everybody is gonna be able to be involved if they choose to. When we were approached to help out, of course we said yes, but what I like about this is it's bringing the entire community together, and it's not just chamber members, it's mostly non-chamber members right now.
Right. Food trucks on Congress Street?
Yep, Ray took care of
many do we
connecting that,
have?
which is great.
Well, with the addition of the new one there, Joe, we have, I think, 4 of them, 4 food trucks?
What kind of food?
3 or 4. A little bit of everything. We have, I believe we have Chinese cuisine for one of them. We have sandwiches. We've got hot dogs from Larry Joe's, very
Oh,
famous in the area, that's
My
right.
man.
So lots of food, and that's
Yes, I
including the-
live 4 houses away
Oh, do you?
where
Oh,
Larry
geez.
Joe's is set up
It's
during the day.
dangerous.
Yes,
So we
it
have
is
the food
dangerous.
trucks, and we also have the vendors too, so we'll have a lot of food in the park as
Okay.
well.
And of course,
Music.
you have how many bands coming? for
Well, we
the
have,
concert
let's
during
see,
the
I
day?
just put my notes over there, and I'm going to point to it and break that, was it the 4th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? We have 7 acts that are going to be playing.
All different kinds of music?
All different types of music, and they're all, they all have ties to Milford, which was important to me. The greater Milford music scene has so many great artists and musicians and bands, but I really
assume
wanted
you're
to
the
pick.
MC of that.
I'll be hanging out in the area. I'm sure I'll be on the
Okay.
microphone a little
No
bit.
Justin and Ray though playing?
No Justin or Ray. No, Justin had something to do that
Okay.
day. So, but he may be in the park. We'll be there. Maybe we'll
Okay,
make
but
an
this
appearance.
is everything from folk music to pop to...
Yeah, pop, rock and
Original.
roll, acoustic, a lot of acoustic. Ricky Robidoux is going to do like a family style show. He usually does pop rock acoustic, but he's going to do a family show.
Wow.
So
we
the
got-
neighbors don't have to worry that this is a loud blowout type thing?
This
that
is
would
not
cause
a
complaints?
show that's going to be behind a bar with a 21 plus crowd. This is a
Right.
family event, and
Okay.
we're done at 8 o'clock, so the music will be done at 8. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So the hours of the whole event is going to be from
10 to 8.
10 to 8.
Music
plus-
starts at 11.
I have to tell you, minutes are attractive. I'm supposed to be in Missouri that weekend, picking up my son from the end of his junior year in college, that I may go call him now and say, can we push it off till Monday, just so I can go to this?
I don't think it's something you want to miss, to be honest with
It's
you.
going to be a raucous time.
There is also a rain date, so if it
Of
is
Sunday.
bad weather on Saturday, it will happen on Sunday. And the other thing, just for the neighbors, we did send letters to over 300 people in that area.
Which I
before we
think was a
went
great idea.
To
Yeah,
the
it's
Board of
really very good.
Selectmen, because we wanted to make sure everybody knew what we were thinking of doing. And I have to say, the Board of Selectmen were very welcoming. The police chief has been phenomenal. He's been very helpful.
Any feedback
Fire
from those
chief.
neighbors, from those residents you
Have
sent it to?
did not get a phone call or anything.
But I think it's nice you let them know,
Absolutely.
Right.
that was-
because I think when people don't know, then there's an issue.
Right, and that's what we were really trying to do, to let people know what the group had, envisioned. And we just think it's a great thing for the entire community.
So-
And that's what we're trying to do.
So if I'm not interested in any of the youth stuff, though, I could drive up, eat something, go over to the library celebration, the youth center, the memorial hall,
Claflin Hill at Memorial Hall.
Claflin
Claflin
Hill.
Hill, right.
If I've got kids, I can go play around,
Yeah.
let them loose in the
Something
bouncy
for
house
everybody.
or
Right.
sports
Something
events.
for everyone. There's the motorcycle display show,
Right.
which I don't think we mentioned that. There's going to be a guy doing motorcycle tricks, Dan DeWest. He's
That's on,
very well known around here.
That's on one side of Stacy School.
That's
correct?
going to be actually behind Memorial School.
Behind
He's
Memorial,
going to be doing
okay.
the tricks on his bike, and the display will be behind Stacy School for the motorcycles. So
Okay, and the bulk of it, though, is in the town park area.
the bulk of it's in the town park area, absolutely. But like you said, we try to get something for everyone. You know what I mean? To appeal to all different age groups.
And I understand
interests.
there's also, since you have a liquor license, if I want to have a glass of wine or a beer with my lunch, I can do that.
You absolutely can. We're also having a beer and wine tasting.
Tasting, right.
A tasting from 3 to 6. It's an admission to get into the tent. But we're going to have looks like right now 18 different vendors there.
Wow.
Be able to sample beer and wine. Yeah, so
Do you have Maureen Fabre from
We do.
Fabre, who's the local?
Craft Roots Brewing. She
Craft
was the
Roots
first
Brewing?
one on the list, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was our guest earlier. We did our
Yeah.
first actually live beer tasting on the show.
Right, we did it, beer
with her.
tasting. It was
Oh.
good. She has a blonde, it's absolutely
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Double IPA.
Huh?
The
Pardon?
double IPA at
Yes.
Depot Street Tavern.
Oh, wow, it's really
Yes.
good. It's
Oh,
really top
so
drawer
good.
stuff, so it's
Yeah.
really great.
This sounds like a great event, and is my understanding correct? You want to make this an annual event?
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean,
We
we
do.
would like, we would like to, absolutely. I mean,
Let's see
we
how the
want-
first one goes.
Yeah, we want to see how the first one.
Ask us the
Goes
day
and
after
after.
the event.
Well, I
if we
actually,
pass the first
I
one, right?
actually remember one of the selectmen saying that this is the year you'll get the kinks out for next year. I mean, that it's a brand new event. You know, if you're comparing yourself to the Portuguese picnic, I think after so many years, they pretty much have it down pat. When they need to intrude, the police need to intrude. When they don't, and everyone knows what to expect. But
Yeah.
this is a first-time event.
Well, crowd control, I think, is, the police have it dialed in, so I don't see that as being a major issue.
We've also talked to different businesses, and we'll have off parking. So like in the common building where my office is, I've already spoken to them. People can park there, we'll have signs, and we're working on getting some shuttles
Oh,
from
let's
some
talk
of the
about that.
areas
You
to
do, you have
go
parking at the
around.
high school in Brookside, correct?
Yes.
Memorial lot, the teacher's lot, maybe?
That'll be
That-
vendor parking.
That's
That's
vendor
vendor
parking.
parking.
But like
Um,
Milford National, right
yes.
next door to us on Main Street, we're gonna be able to use their back parking lot.
Good.
Milford Federal, I've reached out to them, they're all set.
Okay.
Rockland Trust, as soon as they close, we can use that parking lot. There's a few other funeral homes up there
Edward,
that
yeah,
said.
Edwards, yeah,
Edwards
said
and,
yes.
so
Okay.
we've
We have
really
one.
reached out to make sure.
And you're just
that
gonna
we
do like a
can-
little shuttle bus back and
Yes.
forth, so.
And the other thing that we're gonna create is a actual program for the event. So if there's like Ray's band and, is going on at 10 o'clock, people are gonna have the listing. So when they arrive, they'll be handed a pamphlet with what's going on, where the shows
So
are,
punt
and what
kicking
time.
passes at this time.
Well, you'll have, well, you'll have to have
Basketballs at
several of
that
those
time.
in different places, but
We
those
are.
people will come in at different spots.
Right,
And I have it on good authority that somebody's gonna be selling, there's gonna be somebody walking around in a lobster uniform, selling
have that
lobster.
on good authority.
Yeah, good authority. They're
And
gonna
it
be
must be so,
selling lobster tickets for a bushel of lobsters, a drawing for a bushel of lobsters.
Yes,
Which
I've
is
heard that
great.
rumor
Yeah, it's a
myself.
good rumor.
Yeah.
Did you hear it in the office? Probably in the office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which-
Did you,
Seen
did
it
you try?
before.
Did you try on the outfit?
No, I didn't.
What I
Personally.
really think is nice about this event too is it's nonprofits as well as some profits. And it's promoting everything that's connecting Milford together. So, you know, the parade, it's all youth kids. It's not a big commercial parade like you see in the Boston or Worcester. It's really dedicated to the youth of this town.
The organizations.
And
yeah,
how
the
to
youth
promote the
organizations.
different youth organizations within
Yeah.
the town.
Well, those of us with long memories remember the sidewalk sale days and the festivals. And I know, Ray, you and I talked about this, I think it was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
About, you know, what can you do to get, you know, people back to downtown and get them involved in the community.
I think this is the first step.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think bringing the excitement back to the town and the unity back to the town is going to be infectious, and it's going to spread out through the town, and hopefully people will want more of this. And
I
we'll be able
agree.
to put on more
Just,
I
events
just
agree.
like
imagine,
this.
maybe next year we'll actually have local bus service and they can actually take a
Well,
bus in their
maybe.
neighborhood there.
Right. The other thing we've done is we've reached out to all the merchants on Main Street
Yep.
and asked if for that day, they would like to give anybody that comes in a discount. So trying to also help them drive some business. That's my great assistant Laura O'Callahan, who knows how to do events with her eyes closed. That was her idea. We've also had decals made with our logo. And if they are participating, that store will receive a decal. And we've also made little-sized business cards that we've asked people on the committee to go out and hand out through the community, just to spread the word that, you know, this is a great day, the chamber's part of it, and we're very proud to be part
So
of
if
it.
I'm walking up Main Street that day, I should look around for those decals.
Right,
Look for the business cards if I drop in my favorite place. and-
absolutely. So we're really
Okay.
trying to reach out to many different people. And we do think, you know, we've spoken, and depending on weather, depending on people's mood, we have no idea how many will show, but we're all hoping that most of Milford will show at some point in time and come experience
Well,
a
that's why
great day.
that's why the show is airing about a month before your event, so you can actually, it will be replayed a couple of times, and so you can actually learn more about it. And I think it's a great idea. I think what's even more interesting is a lot of people always look to the town government to say, what can you do? And this really, with the exception of, the Parks Department okaying the land and the schools okaying the parking, this really doesn't seem to be driven by the
By the
town.
right, it's driven by the community and the businesses,
And I
which
think
is
that's,
good.
I think that's good.
Yeah, but it couldn't take place without the town, working with us. I will
Oh,
say
I
that,
agree.
I will
but-
say that the police chief has been great help, and working with him and working with the Parks Department and Paul and Mike, and the fire department has been extremely easy to do. Because if that didn't go well and we weren't be able to communicate with them, then this could never happen.
And I'm
So.
sure you had to deal with the Board of Health for the
Board of
food.
Health for
Board of
food.
Health, and I
Oh,
forgot to
yes.
mention Paul and the Board of Health as well.
You
Yeah.
actually learn a lot too, with a lot of the
Absolutely.
rules and
Yeah,
regulations.
yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah, I
think-
learned more about it. It's either safe serve or serve safe
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for
that's,
these type of events than you could possibly imagine.
well, you have to have somebody that's passed the test and taken the training.
Yeah.
And
which
Ray
is-
came up with a donation in the waiters contest.
Oh, yeah,
Wanna share
oh,
that?
yeah.
I think that's a
I
great
almost
idea.
forgot about that.
I didn't.
So the beer garden, we're gonna have local bartenders serving the drinks. And they are gonna ask their fans, their friends, to come to them, and they'll have a tip bucket. And the bartender that makes the most tips will win a prize at the end of the night. And all the tip money is gonna go to the youth center.
Oh, that's
wow.
great.
That's fantastic.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
And they'll be
fan-
wearing their
Okay, I'm
restaurant or their
definitely
bar.
calling, I'm definitely calling my son now and saying, wait a couple of
Stay
days
in
for me to
college
get
for
there.
one more week.
So if you have a favorite establishment and your bartender may be working, you can go
No,
to
I
them
want the
and-
money to go to the youth center.
Youth center, yeah, that's
All the money's gonna go to the youth center.
that's
yeah.
great.
I actually participated in the fashion show last year or the year before, so.
He had a beautiful skirt on. It was really quite
But,
stylish.
no, I help promote it, because I think what they do is fantastic.
Absolutely.
We're really excited to be able to do that and help them and, spread the word between the small businesses as well.
Yeah.
As well as the other community events going on within the town to help promote the nonprofits that we have, because there's a lot that happens here that I think people do not understand or know about. And when Ray came up with that, the entire committee said yes, so
Yeah.
that was
Well, I
like a
think
really
Milford is
good-
an extraordinarily giving town, but it doesn't have the reputation for that.
Well, there's a lot of different sections of town, a lot of different people in town, and this will bring everybody together in one spot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
each branch or each group will get exposure to what the other group does, and also the things that are going on in town that they're usually not connected with.
And it's
So it's
also,
really very good.
it's a total nonprofit event.
Right.
I mean, this is not,
Right.
you didn't do this to set out to make money for any business
Right.
or group. It's just a way of,
We hope our
Promoting
vendors do
Milford.
well, of course.
yeah, but you
Right.
expect a vendor to,
Yeah.
but they're not running the event.
Right.
I
But
mean,
we want them to come and make money, because if we decide we can live and do this again,
They'll come
they'll
back.
come back.
Right.
So that only helps their business,
Yeah.
and maybe they'll come do
Well-
another event
Well, they're
here.
driven, the vendors will be driven by attendance, so what you're doing is you're making an event
Yeah.
that's gonna promote attendance. And if the
Right.
attendance up, then,
Yeah.
the vendors are gonna, the vendors will support if the attendance is there.
I mean, I'm a food truck guy, so I like going to events that have food truck. I drove down last summer to Providence has a flea market every Sunday in the summer that's known for less for the stuff they sell and for the food trucks.
Yeah.
And I went to sample the cuisine, and it's nice to see these things come in, because normally you only see them in big cities like Providence and Boston.
We will have some local restaurants as well, having food that have reached out to us.
Who do you have so far?
Olivas
Olivas,
is
Oh, then,
one.
Nellie's Sandwich Shop,
Can't go wrong with either of them.
Pizza Palace,
Okay.
and the other ones escape my name, my memory right now. But those are three definite established Milford restaurants that
The
will,
place in Bellingham,
that
right?
will be there.
Mike's Barbecue, what's the barbecue?
Joff's Barbecue.
Is it not Joss, is it?
No, that the guy that's doing the that also has a moonwalk, Mike's.
Mike.
He's actually out of
Mike's Moonwalks,
Boylston.
yeah.
He's out of
coming
Boylston.
from
He's
Boylston.
coming from
Okay.
Boylston.
Wow.
Hey, it doesn't matter, and you got Larry Joe, who actually lives in Worcester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it really is, it's gonna be, it gives people a sense of what's going on here, but also gives them exposure to a lot of things that they wouldn't normally.
Right,
or
and
normally
the
get, which
town
is great.
park is just really
Centrally
a
local.
central
Oh, man.
place for it, because we had thought, talked about having it at Plains and other parks in Milford, but the town park, if you think about it, is so centralized.
Do you ever think of the vision people had 100 years ago or 200 years ago? That's the exact center of downtown.
Yeah.
The schools were built around it, and the land is there, And it's, you know, you have
It's
the
a
concerts
short,
in the
wa-
summer.
it's a short walk to everything. I mean,
Right.
with the,
Right.
with the youth center being, you know, opening, that's a great time. You're gonna see a lot of people just as a result of that grand opening, because people wanna see what's there.
Right.
Right.
So the draw on a lot of events at the same time is fantastic.
And the stage is perfect
Yeah.
for
To have all the bands and
It's just-
located,
it's just
and
big
that's,
enough but
you know,
small
the
enough.
food will be, the food trucks will be up in that area. The beer and wine will be close by as well. People will have to buy a wristband, and we'll be making sure we card people. So we're really being very smart about the event, as well as
But it's what
bringing
you
things
expect
in.
if you've ever gone to the Portuguese picnic
Right.
or gone anywhere with a large crowd. I mean, that's standard today, you know, they card you, they slap a wristband on you, and then you don't have to worry anymore.
Right.
So, I mean, but it's just, anyway.
Yeah, we should mention that we're still accepting applications for vendors, and that's at what's the website? CelebrateMilford.com.
CelebrateMilford.com. Yeah.
CelebrateMilford.com.
It wasn't
All the-
written down over there.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We should write it
Well,
down.
well,
And our
speak-
sponsors, too, have been
Okay.
amazing, and that's really the
so
only
speaking
way
of
we can do
the
this.
website, if people want more information, they can always
Yeah, they
go
can go to
to.
the website.
It's
CelebrateMilford.com.
celebratemilford.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Milford National is the sponsor of the music. We have a lot of other great sponsors that are doing the Kids Zone. Bright Insurance is doing the Kids Zone, and many other sponsors too. Those can all be found on the website as well. And we're
Milford
still looking for more
Regional.
sponsors as well.
Right.
Well, we're sponsoring
We're looking for
something,
more
too.
sponsors, and we're also selling tickets to the beer and wine tasting
Which will, there's a,
online as well.
and there'll be an ad in the paper that comes out next Friday that describes all the, will have all those names in it.
Which,
and
for the
price.
benefit of viewers, is actually tonight, because that's the night the show will air.
Bingo. Yeah,
April
so,
22nd,
so the
sorry.
so you'll get in the news, you'll get in the paper, everybody will get in the paper, thing that describes the wine, the beer tasting,
Right.
and, who all's gonna be there, the
I
sponsors.
knew you had something to do with this.
No.
And WMRC's been great. They've
Yep.
started, you know, to mention it. We're gonna do a flyer in
Right.
the town crier too with.
And then any
with help.
sponsors, if there's a sponsors page, once we get everybody dialed in, then the
Right.
sponsors, all the sponsors will get a page on the, they'll be represented in the page.
And the more sponsors, the bigger we can make this. So every time we get a new sponsor, we think, what else can we do? What can we put that money towards? So it gets bigger and bigger.
It will not go to a trip to Bermuda. It will be.
No, it won't. No, it's going to go right back to the
Right back to the community.
festivities. Yeah.
Right, that's great.
And
That's-
this is much more family-friendly than,
Yes.
you know, just a concert somewhere at a, you know, I don't want to name anybody, but it's much more friendly than if you're just going to watch the bartenders contest or the.
Well, because there's a little bit
Battle of the
of
Bands.
everything for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was the whole idea when the group came to us to say, would you help us and would you support this and sponsor it? Is really, the role is to promote family and what is going on. So you can actually come for a couple hours, leave and go home because you don't want to cook supper again. You can just come back and eat and you don't have to do anything that day.
Or, you know, you can go away and then come back for the beer tasting.
Absolutely.
Lock the kids in the bathroom, give them a bowl of water, and come back for the beer.
And we're really trying to have some good hands-on activities for the kids in
Right.
the Kids Zone. So, like Bright Insurance, right outside the Kids Zone, they're gonna be doing face painting. We're gonna have somebody making balloons in the Kids Zone.
The library will be there.
And the
inside.
Library, yep.
Right, so we're
And they'll be giving
really,
tours. The library will be giving tours.
right,
I understand they're also going to have a cake,
Yes.
yes.
both
okay.
inside the library and at Town Park for their anniversary.
Right. The Kids Zone will have a 90-foot inflatable obstacle course.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's going to be quite the
For kids
attraction.
only.
For
the
kids
kids.
only.
Oh,
For
darn.
kids only.
Yep, sorry,
And-
you can't go.
There will be a
I'm
flat
small, I
rate,
pass.
a flat rate fee for the kids to go in there, but they can go in there all day. They can go in, they can come back out, eat, relax, go back. So we really are trying to
That's great. It's going to be
incorporate.
really broad-based activities for
Now, for
everybody.
the active adults, for 18 plus, we have a kickball tournament.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
up to 12 people, 18 plus. It's going to be a tournament, so as many teams as we can get, and we'll do that throughout the day. There's more
wow.
details on the website. or you can
Oh,
get in
wow,
touch
so
with
we
me.
should, maybe people should get their teams together.
Get the team
I think
done.
organizations should
Absolutely.
put teams together. I think
Oh,
that would
right.
be great. Some of the Milford teachers are doing it.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Do I
Oh, I
have
think that'd
three
be-
teams or
We have
four?
three teams
Three
so
teams so
far,
far.
but it's still early. And
Yep.
if anybody wants to get involved with that, just get in touch with me.
Kickball, not dodgeball.
Kickball. It's kickball. Yeah, everyone says dodgeball. I guess dodgeball is huge, but nobody's doing kickball. So let's do kickball.
That's right, there you go. And it's, you know, it's pretty mundane. People don't die from kickball. It's a good
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Takes you back to the youth because
Yeah, that's right.
we used to play it as kids. So.
that's a
18
lot.
plus though, so something for the adults too.
And I think what is another thing that's really nice is we have a lot of the kids from the high school and middle school that are helping to volunteer.
Yeah.
So that is huge, that we got buy-in from all levels thanks to our volunteers, which is great.
Well, the other piece of the puzzle is I think it's a good exposure for the kids because they're gonna, all of a sudden, they're gonna be exposed to what a community's all about.
Right.
Which I think is really important for kids today.
Yeah, I mean, Al and I agree. Too often today, I think a lot of the kids are overscheduled.
Mm.
And if they're not, by the time they get done with their after-school activities, their homework, jobs if they have them, they're just flat out. And I think it's a good idea. It's also good for just people to see how much people in the community volunteer, whether it's high school, kids,
And it's
people
a
on the
safe
sports
place.
teams. I was stunned the other day to learn that, I know they have a Best Buddies chapter at Milford High. I was stunned to learn they have 250 kids in it. You know, I was thinking maybe 20, 30, 250 plus. So people don't understand, I think, the amount that people contribute and volunteer in the community.
True. Yeah, so
Well,
we want to keep the kids active that day too, so that's why we have the, you know, the kid zone with the inflatables, you know, maybe appeal to the younger kids, right?
So it's also good if a parent wants a little time to tire the kid out, just
Right, right.
The beer garden isn't that far away either.
No,
from
that's
the
for
kids
the
zone,
adults to
so-
tire themselves out.
So as long as you have some sort of video where you can keep
Yeah.
the kids over
There'll
there.
be a
on
line
the-
of vision.
you know,
There'll be a line of
Bring
vision.
your oldest sister.
Well, I mean, it really is, it's really a good thing. Now, one of the things I'm sure that'll be there is a lost kid area, so if some kids get lost, you know, there'll be a
We'll
way.
have staff everywhere.
Yeah, that's, so parents can feel two things. They can feel a place where they can go enjoy themselves, but someplace that's safe for the kids.
Well, that's a question I want to know. Is the staff going to be wearing any designated
Yes,
clothes
yes,
or
staff
hats or
shirts,
something?
absolutely.
So people can very easily say, I lost my kid, or what's next? They'll, is it hats, T-shirts?
Our shirts will stick out,
T-shirts.
Shirts, okay.
And the committee will have one color, and then on the program that we hand to people, it'll say if you get lost, and you'll have a map actually of the program as
Oh,
well
that's
as
great.
to what's going on.
Wow.
And we will have different stations throughout the day, areas, so you don't have to go from point A and go all the way, you know, across to the other end of the field to find somebody to help you. So
Great
we're
idea,
really
great idea.
trying to be
It sounds like
smart.
you've thought of everything you need to.
We're
I'm
trying.
sure,
tried.
I'm sure, as you said, Siobhan, the day after you, or that night, you'll go, oh, we should have done this.
Yeah.
Does everybody will
sounds
have
like this is
radios
well
and all
thought
that
out.
kind of stuff?
Well,
you thought about that?
We've thought about that, yeah, so we
We
want
haven't
to,
found a supplier yet, but we
Yeah.
will have at
if
least
anyone
our
wants to
phones.
donate, if anyone wants to donate some
Some of those
radios.
little walkie-talkies, you
Yeah.
know, that are, you know, you have a 2-mile range. would
I've
be-
only got 3 of them, that's not going to be enough.
Well, no, you could give, I mean, if you're all on the same frequency, doesn't matter, you know,
But,
just food for thought, or have,
We thought about it, we just haven't taken that step yet. We meet every week, and every week it seems to grow again, and then we say, oh, we should try this.
well, you know, if you make it an
So-
annual event or go for second year, that's something you build into that. You
Right.
do a little bit every
the
year.
trick is, that there's a point in time, which I would suspect you have probably passed, where you have to stop engineering it.
I just heard our little countdown clock beep in the background, which tells me we have only a few minutes left. So Joe, anything else to say about this event?
I just want to say that I hope that the community comes out for the event. We're excited about it, and we just come out and have fun. There's, like I said, plenty to do for everyone, so that's all I
Okay.
want to say.
Siobhan, last thoughts?
The Chamber's really excited to be part of this. I'm glad we were approached. And the other thing that I really like is it's really community and wide range for the town. So we're really hoping that the weather's great on Saturday.
It's gonna be,
And
Think
that's what I
positive.
heard.
we are, and that it's a success. And if, you know, next year after this one and we reevaluate, I'm sure people, you know, will have other ideas for us. We're willing to listen.
Okay, Paul?
No, just, you know, just looking forward to it. It's gonna be exciting to see all the kids and all the groups together in one place, and just like you said, learn from the experience, what Milford's all about.
That's
Good.
And Ray?
A big advocate for revitalizing this town.
Yeah.
I think this is a great step, so I'm
All right.
excited.
Well,
Good.
thanks all for coming, and if this happens again next year, we'll have you on earlier and talk about what's different. But thank you all for coming.
Thank